What's up, YouTube fans? Today we're going to take a look at the best and most disappointing Legend Scale Transformers for 2024. And please excuse my voice, I'm still under the weather, as I mentioned in the MP video. And things we're going to look at today are just things that I reviewed on my channel. I know there's other companies out there. Legends game is definitely expanding. And I did look at quite a few, but maybe not all of them. So if you don't see it here, it's because I didn't review it. And like I mentioned with the MP video, we're going to take a look at things that either met or exceeded my expectations and got either a 4 or a 5 in the recommendation category, or for most disappointing, things that got a 1, 2, or 3 in the recommendations. And this year, surprisingly, there were a lot of figures that got a 5. So you'll see when we get to the best figures, there's 5 of them. But for most disappointing, there's only 3. There weren't a lot of bad Legend Scale figures that I looked at. So without getting started, let's get started. We'll take a look at the most disappointing for the year. Coming in at number 3, most disappointing, is the Magic Square Brontosaurus, their version of a Legend Scale Sludge. Now, this figure on its own, not too bad, but when you consider that New Age had already put this figure out, it was beautifully painted, beautifully sculpted, very nice materials and overall tolerances. This one definitely disappoints. The lack of paint, especially on the gray and yellow plastics, really stands out here in this figure. And while it does have really nice articulation, I think it was a disappointing figure to see it, especially next to the New Age. And going along with that theme, coming in at number 2 is the Magic Square Tyrannosaurus Rex, their version of Grimlock. And this suffered from the same kind of thing, the lack of paint, but it also had additional issues with looseness in the joints on the dino legs, which are become the arms, and just little fit and finish things which could have been solved with some paint. That's why this comes in at number 2, most disappointing. And coming in at the number 1 most disappointing for the year is the DX9 Mini Michael Murphy, or their version of a Legend Scale Chrome Dome. And this one definitely had some promise. I think people were really excited to see DX9 back in the game. And they are going to be making some MPs coming up. So this is kind of foreboding for that. But this one is especially stands out because it's unpainted. The plastic is very soft. The alt mode was definitely not what you expect from DX9. And that's why it comes at number 1, most disappointing. Alright, and switching over to the best for 2024, and starting off at number 5 is the New Age Hammond, or their version of Wheeljack. And this thing was really good looking in the vehicle mode and the robot mode. Has, of course, that chibi style that New Age does, but they really nailed the look of it. Fun transformation. And New Age had a lot of figures with a score of 5, so you're going to see a lot of them here. But definitely a good figure. Comes in at number 5 for the year. Coming in at number 4, best for the year, is the Magic Square Space Shuttle, or their version of Blastoff. And this thing really did well. It's a very fun transformation, really good looking vehicle mode. And I'm kind of pairing this along with the Magic Square Lord of War, their version of Bruticus. And I think they knew that they had a hit here with this set of figures, because lo and behold, they made the masterpiece versions of these. So we definitely are getting a exciting set there with the masterpiece. And I mentioned that in the MP video that Brawl was my number 1 choice. And we finished this set last year, so only the Space Shuttle came out this year. But the combined mode, definitely one of the best Legend Scale combiners we've gotten, and that's why this is number 4. Coming in at the number 3 best for the year is the New Age Triton, or their version of a Legend Scale Sea Spray. And this thing really so nostalgic. It really reminds you of the G1 toy, but obviously upgraded with lots of articulation, beautiful paint, beautiful sculpt. They really nailed it. And then of course they threw it in a 2-pack, and even that Man of War version is pretty cool. That's why this comes at number 3. Coming in at number 2 best for the year is the New Age Varan, or their version of Snarl. And this thing, they did a phenomenal job. The sculpt and the paint in the Dyno mode is beautiful. Robot mode performs really well. This set as a whole has been great. We got 2 Dinobots this year. We got this one and we got Slag. I think this one was a perfect 5 on my scores, but all of them are really good. It was really nice and satisfying to complete the Dinobots, and that's why this comes in number 2. And coming in at number 1 best for the year is New Age Louis, or their version of Blaster. And this isn't just one good figure. This is actually 3 good figures. Blaster, Ramhorn, and Rewind all together. All really work very well. Probably the best versions we've ever gotten, to be honest. And no surprise, but it's just New Age doesn't seem to miss. They really land on all their figures. And this one was kind of a great thing to cap off the year. That's why this is number 1 for 2024. All right, and there you have it, my best and most disappointing Legend scale for 2024. And again, what a year to be a Transformers collector. We're getting so much in the Legend scale space. Lots of new companies popping up. And some of these Legend scale companies are dipping their toes into the MP game. You know, New Age made a Megatron. Magic Square is making their Combaticons. Really excited to see what's going to happen in 2025. Now, speaking of counts, here are the numbers, at least for the reviews I did. There are some other companies out there, and there are some other figures I didn't review. But as far as my perspective, New Age coming in with 7. Really a prolific company, putting out tons and tons of new figures. By the way, this counts only new figures, not repaints or retools. Magic Square coming in at 4. Cyan Culture with a few in there. DX9. And Galaxy Toys and MPH coming in there as well. And there were a few others that released 1 or 2 here and there, but not on my list. So really a great time to be a Legends collector. And the fact that they're also producing MPs is pretty cool. But that's it for this review. Hopefully you enjoyed my Legend scale stuff. Hopefully there's a lot to look forward to in 2025. Happy New Year. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.